Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Come to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for February 26, 2022, with your host, Peacebreaker2448, turning around, but Epsilon.
Hi.
We have a week of news.
Yes, we do.
I almost forgot one of them until I was reminded on Twitter, and I was like, ah, crap, I should throw this in here. We need to talk about the newest version of Ryu, the wide Ryu. The widest of wide Ryus. But yeah, no Digimon news if you listen to the pre-show, because they shat the fucking bed. I'm just gonna say it that way. I'm giving no mercy on this. Y'all shat the bed on that segment. It sucked. Before we get into all that, Tommy, what have you been playing the last couple weeks?
That's the only thing of note has been Rocket League kind of deal. Get back into it. Yeah, that's really been about it.
I made Platinum in Master Duel. I have a E-Hero Mass Hero deck. It's kind of like the one I ran in like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, but it's like modified a bit. It actually runs a lot better, which is a scary thought, I know. Because that deck ran good as is.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got in the Platinum, I got a taste of those big, stupid, dumb meta decks. Why is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta so boring and bad? Like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta, in terms of just what the meta decks do, here's what they do. You go first, you spend 25 minutes setting up your board, you now have 7 negates that you can spend to stop your opponent. It is now your opponent's turn. If they can survive the 7 negates, they get to play the video game. If they cannot, they are dead. That's it. That's the meta. That's not fun. Like, I get it, it's not supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be winning. But that's still not fun. That can't be fun to play against. That can't be fun to play for a lot of people, because you're essentially doing the same combo for 25 minutes every duel, and then you win in one turn. Like, you're not getting to play the video game. You're not getting to play Yu-Gi-Oh! You get to play a turn of Yu-Gi-Oh! Per duel. It's bad. That can't be fun and healthy for the game at all.
The problem is they've added too much.
They've added too many things that are not once per turn. Because, like, I think the commonality between a lot of these meta decks is that their biggest cards aren't once per turn you get to do a thing. It's as long as I have resources, or as long as I can do this thing, I can do it as many times as I want. I feel like every card, their effect needs to be once per turn, at a minimum.
Okay. Agreed. But that still's not going to solve anything.
Right, but it's a step in the direction.
Not really. When you think about everything that they've done, it's actually kind of just going to regress the next time they implement something new.
Right.
Duels were broken before pendulums were introduced. with pendulums introduced, you could essentially summon anything in your hand without any kind of problems. Most of the decks that used pendulums also had cards that when they got removed from the field, they went to the extra deck as face-up ones, meaning that you could then re-summon.
Mm-hmm.
See a problem there?
Yeah.
They've added so much to the game that the only way to stop stuff like that is to have stuff that doesn't have limits. Because otherwise you're just going to be perpetually doing it. Because a lot of the Pendulum Magician cards have the ability to be removed from play to then get another one to then repeat the entire process.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
And I guess the only way to stop that is mass negation, just multi-negates. Which, I guess at that point, if you are not running one of those multi-negate decks, you're fucked. And I tried reading into this and seeing like what people were saying, and unfortunately a lot of people's answers were, don't play competitive then. Don't play the meta. Play with your friends and you're fine. And I'm like, that's not an answer. That's a terrible answer.
It is, but unfortunately, the way they've done it, that is the only answer.
Yeah, just don't play competitively. That's a terrible answer. Just don't be good at video game.
It's one of those. I agree completely that it is ridiculous that you can have multi-negates like that. The problem is they have also designed it to the point where you have to have multi-negates or you're gonna get outclassed just by whatever the last season's thing was.
Yeah. Yeah, because I tried playing my decks against a couple of those meta decks. As soon as I summon a monster, pop, and I'm like, well, I'm done. Because my deck can't survive that. I have to get a monster on the field. As soon as you stop me from getting a monster on the field, I'm dead. Like it literally becomes up out of my hand. If I don't have things in my hand to help, I'm dead. And even if I did, again, 7 negates. When I say 7 negates, I'm not kidding. The Drytron deck I played, I literally counted how many negates he had on the field on my turn. He had 7 negates he could pop me with.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to somehow make it through 7 negates in order to get stuff on the field. Bear in mind, get stuff on the field. Not attack, not special summon. No, just get stuff on the field. Because he can negate 7 things. 87 things. Like, how many decks not every Yu-Gi-Oh deck in existence can survive that. And that's terrible because then your options become limited. Because then it's not about what about you crafting, a deck. It's more about, all right, am I playing one of the 5 competitive decks? Nope, then you're fucked. You're done. Goodbye.
And I mean, that's horrible, but yeah, that's exactly it.
You're taking out the creativity of deck building. Because then it becomes, well, if you're not following this one recipe, you're screwed. Because it's this or nothing. And it sucks.
Because the bad thing is, they have set this up for failure. Like, in all seriousness. Because if you're not playing the popular deck, then you're screwed.
Also, I've noticed this because Ty's brought it up, and I'm like, fuck, you're right, because I've been watching a lot of like Digimon card game stuff, because it's, a fairly recent card game. God, Yu-Gi-Oh could really use keywords to like shorten a lot of its text.
True.
Like it dawned on me because I'm like, wait, Digimon has keywords. I'm pretty sure Magic has keywords. Every other card game in existence, I think, has keywords. Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't. It has to have a paragraph of text to explain this an effect. But yet, I'm pretty sure you could probably line up 12 cards that all do the exact same thing, and you could probably shorten that paragraph of text to a single keyword that is this. Why is Yu-Gi-Oh so bad? Well, in better news, I'm closer to ending Super Robot Wars 30. I'm on the second to last chapter, I believe, right now. Almost. I got one more mission and I'm on that. So, should have that done soon. I actually played some Burnout Revenge last night / this morning because my sleep schedule is so screwed. I booted up.
Surely not.
I went to sleep at 1 o'clock this morning, and I woke up at 1:30 in the afternoon.
That's
and that has
not
been
broken.
That has been my sleep schedule for like a month now. I tried to fix it. I can't. I'm terrible at this. But I played some Burnout Revenge. I loaded up on PCSX2 with save data. I didn't realize I had 96% of the game done with like 40 hours put into it. I played a lot of Burnout Revenge way back when. And I shouldn't be surprised when I started playing it. I'm like, oh my god, this feels so good. Because the best way to describe Burnout Revenge is break. What's a break? You don't need break, you need boost. You hold down boost button and you never let go. I do mean you never let go of that boost button.
Right.
Because it is
That's
so
a boost button?
There's so many ways to get boost in that game. And to keep boost and like to infinitely like never run out of boost. So you're always at like max speed. It's so fun. It's also really fun because in that game, your opponents can wreck you. But you essentially have I think a crash breaker, I believe it's what it's called. What happens is when you crash, you can explode yourself and wreck your opponents. And because you wreck your opponents, you get your boost back when you respawn. So you immediately out of the gate can just go right back to max speed. Because otherwise you lose all your boost and you like lose like a section of your boost meter, because you start the game at like 1 boost and then you get 2 boost, then 3 boost, and then 4 boost. And bear in mind, it's a continuous bar, it's not segmented. Burnout Revenge is super good. I know everyone talks about like Burnout 3 and Burnout Paradise. This is the one in between them. It's also really good. I'll be honest, I think it's better than Paradise. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion or not.
I feel like the pitchforks, but I can't swear to that.
Like, I get Paradise, it's open world, it has all this stuff, but like, Burnout Revenge just feels better. I think the crash mode feels better, I think the racing feels better, I think the boost feels better. I don't know. It might be such a long time since I've played either one that coming directly into Revenge, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is the better game. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise that was pretty much it. Except, I actually got it in today, Climax Scramble. I have not tested it yet, but I've got it for Switch. So, I get to test that next week and make sure it's good. Anything else before we hit the news?
I don't think so. Oh.
All right, then, in the news! So, the bad news first. Sadly, the eShop will be shutting down on the Wii U and the 3DS March of next year. It shouldn't be super surprising, since this is kind of going to become the norm going forward. Like, the PSN's going to shut down on older consoles at some point, then the same with Xbox Live. Like, it's going to happen at some point.
But the Switch isn't the 3DS's or the Wii's successor.
I thought it was only the 3DS successor one.
I mean, they never fully said about the Wii either. Or the Wii U, I mean. Now, we all know the Wii's dead, but I mean...
Well, they can't say that for the Wii U. They tried to sweep the Wii U under the rug because it sold like garbage.
I mean, that too.
But yeah, this has caused a lot of people to like pretty much talk about, you know, again, game preservation, emulation, especially on something like the Wii U, because by the way, you remember that Xenoblade Chronicles X game we talked about 2 weeks ago because of Xenoblade Chronicles 3?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what might need the eShop because of some downloads you need to do for Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh boy.
To help it run better. Guess what also I forgot about, has a lot of online things about it.
Oh boy.
Hi, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Because I didn't realize I had a whole bunch of online stuff on it too that also made it a problem, along with a bunch of gamepad, you know, interaction stuff that also makes it difficult to port over. No wonder Xenoblade Chronicles X is a fucking nightmare. to port over. It's just like, do you not realize how complicated that is? It's super complicated. But yeah, that, the third route for Fire Emblem Fates for 3DS, unless you got the collector's edition, which I actually managed to track down well after it released for a decent price, but at a game shop at my college, I managed to track it down for a decent price. You won't be able to play the third route because it's DLC only. Yeah. And by third route, I mean third version of the game. Because they decided to make the routes their own individual games for Fire Emblem Fates. Fates is weird and dumb, gonna be honest. But yeah, this has definitely brought up the conversation, and yeah, it's a conversation to be had with a lot of this stuff, so it's just how it is. Any thoughts from your end on the whole situation?
No, not really.
All right, brighter news. Have you ever wanted to play SpongeBob Doom? Because apparently that's a thing. Someone has made a mod of Doom where you play as Squidward and just go fuck up Bikini Bottom. I don't know why this exists, but it does. And I think I'm okay with that.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm especially fine with it because it's Squidward.
Huh.
This actually looks good.
Yeah.
I should not be saying that a SpongeBob mod for Doom looks good, but it's fucking Doom. It's like classic Doom. It's hard to screw that up. You're already on a good framework.
Hard, but not impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Saying.
Let's see, 13 maps. Everything's reskinned. Is this mod already out?
Possibly.
Yes, you can pick this up right now. Yeah, you can pick this up and mod away your Doom as needed. So yeah, anything else?
No.
All right then. So if you were listening to us Sunday before we did TGSR, I mentioned that Capcom was doing a countdown, and it was going to be Street Fighter 6. So it was Street Fighter 6, but there was additional thing on it that actually is better than the Street Fighter 6 reveal, because you know how we like CG reveals that tell us nothing about a video game?
Always, yeah.
How do you like on top of that, it has a logo that is fucking... that is like some random thing they found on the internet, just slightly modified.
Huh.
Because this Street Fighter 6 logo you see in the trailer, that's the logo for Street Fighter 6. That's it. To quote some of the folks over at Giant Bomb, it looks like an app icon on your phone with 6 notifications.
Well, and you know, it also doesn't help the fact that it feels like they tried to copy Ubisoft with the 6 there. Just saying.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not the same font that they haven't used. I mean, just saying.
Mm-hmm. But it just features Luke, who was just introduced as the final DLC character for Street Fighter V, walking up to Ryu being like, "You ready to fight?" And Ryu says nothing and just squares up, and then they go to punch, and then that's it. Also, the Ryu is the widest of wide Ryus, because he is also shirtless and Dad Ryu, or Hot Ryu, as everyone likes to call him. He is incredibly wide. But yeah, there wasn't a whole lot. Again, it's a CG trailer that tells us nothing about video game besides video game exists. Yay! Yay! But what was received better, for the most part, is the Capcom Fighting Collection. This more or less is a Darkstalkers collection featuring some of their friends. Because half of this collection of, if I recall correctly, it's 7 games. No, 10 games. My bad. 10 games is the entire Darkstalkers series, all 5 of them. Hyper Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition, Red Earth, Super Gem Fighter, Cyberbots, and then Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. All of them have rollback netcode, online play, gallery modes, audio stuff, save states, training modes, pretty much the whole 9 yards. And it is all coming out June 24th for $40. PS4, Switch, and Xbox One, along with PC. This feels like a better announcement than Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
it's not Street Fighter.
But it features Street Fighter. Street Fighter's in there a couple of times.
But it's not Street Fighter.
But yeah, these were announced with after the countdown. That took it an eternity. So yeah, this happened. Street Fighter 6. I saw from one of the people I follow on Twitter describe Luke, this new Street Fighter character, as the Roman Reigns of Street Fighter. I'm not sure how to feel about that as someone who knows the context of that. I don't know how to feel. Because I'm on the outside looking in of the situation, but I get the reference. It's like, is he being shoved down people's throats that hard? Is he being propped up that much as the next face of Street Fighter and nobody likes him?
Probably.
I don't know. But yeah. Any other thoughts on the fighting of streets?
No.
Which, the way I say that, I'm like, I just get my head, a picture in my head of like, what the hell would that look like? A fighting game featuring... Yes. A fighting game where a bunch of streets fight each other. How the fuck does that work?
I don't know, but someone make that.
Yes. Anywho, we have a couple of quick bits of game to big screen news, or in our first case, small screen news. So you know that Halo TV series that is coming out that hasn't premiered yet? It's already got a second season. So I hope it's good. I really hope it's good.
Meaning to this, I'm gonna say... Wouldn't surprise me, especially now, if we don't actually get to see Chief's face in the first season, and that winds up being like uber teased.
So many people are making a big deal about that.
You know what'll be funny? If secretly this becomes something that they deem worthy of being called a saga or something, and it being the promised thing for the final part of it.
Oh god. Oh boy.
Because you know, how better than to move the carrot dangling in front of everyone's face?
God, this... I don't know where this show's going to go. It is certainly a thing. I hope it's something good. But the other thing is we are getting a third Sonic movie. And a Paramount Plus TV series. Because the second movie hasn't premiered yet, but by God, we're gonna make money on this, I guess.
Well, I mean, once you go Knuckles, you can't go back.
Apparently.
Gotta have that Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles. Because he don't chuckle.
Like, yeah.
And
like,
all the
okay.
other memes surrounding it.
So, like, movie 2 is introducing us Tails and Knuckles. Is movie 3 gonna give us Amy?
You know what's bad? I feel like they missed their shot. They should have followed how the games went.
Aren't they?
Not really. Not really, because Tails wasn't predominantly around until the second game, and then Knuckles the third.
Okay, true. I guess they're combining the two of them? Because I know I've seen the Master Emerald in a trailer.
It's one of those, they kind of goofed. They should have held Knuckles back one more movie if they were going for a third.
Right. But I have to ask the question, if we do introduce Amy, is she going to be Game Amy or Boom Amy?
Okay. If we... I mean, technically it'd be movie Amy, but...
Right, but which one are they going to take after?
Game Amy, you know that as well as I.
But that's the worst one!
And the reason why there won't be a fourth Sonic movie.
It should be Boom Amy.
You know, while you're not wrong, the movies should have been patterned after Boom and not after the games.
But then nobody would have watched them because they would have went,
I said
oh
patterned,
no, it's Boom.
not copied.
True.
But I honestly don't know if I could handle brain dead Knuckles.
Oh god.
And I'm not joking. Anyone that has seen the show knows that is brain dead Knuckles.
Okay, I have a pitch for the series.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I heard something and I was like, the hell? Can the TV series give us Blaze? Because the movies are going to do Shadow at some point.
Oh no.
And no one wants Silver.
Oh no. You That's what they're doing for the third movie.
Right, because
they're picking
Eggman's
all the
gonna
popular characters first.
Right, because Eggman's gonna be like, I can't beat Sonic. How do I beat Sonic? And he gets a sample of him. It's just like, what if I clone him? Make a superior Sonic.
What if we don't even go that direction? What if we actually take the backstory for Shadow from the games?
Oh, that he's some ultimate life form thing.
That, you know, Robotnik's grandpa had developed.
Oh, and Kurt Robotnik just finds him in a test tube somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly where this is going. Dang it. Although, I guess as long as we don't take the concepts from Shadow's solo game, then we're good? Question mark?
Don't you want to see Shadow on a movie wield a gun?
I mean, sure. But can we not with the rest of the stuff?
Fair. Yeah, that's our updates on games to movies and TV. Anything else before we move on?
No.
All right, then. You remember Skull and Bones at all?
Maybe, kind of, possibly.
It's that pirate game that spun off of the Assassin's Creed series that Ubisoft has been making for like 4 years now.
Maybe, kind of, possibly.
Well, apparently it's going well, and it will come out next physical year. So it might come out next year. Might. Finally. Maybe. That's good to know. I can't wait for it to miss that again. But one last thing, unless you have something else to add.
No.
We're getting a Pokemon Presents tomorrow at like 9:30 in the morning. It will be 14 minutes, and I have a question.
I might have an answer.
The fuck is this Pokemon Presents about? Legitimately, what is this Pokemon Presents going to tell us?
Arceus DLC?
It has to be, right? Because what else would it be? Because Arceus is out, so they can't hype that up. I don't
Or the
think
next
Pokemon...
gen?
That feels too early. I wouldn't think they would do it just right after Arceus came out.
I mean, I wouldn't either, but...
But, like, I don't think Pokemon Masters has anything new to talk about. And unless... You know what it is? Pokemon Sleep. Or better, Detective Pikachu 2, the video game. Not the movie, the video game.
Or Detective Pikachu 2, the movie, the game.
That too. Like, I legitimately don't know what this is going to tell us, because Pokemon's kind of put everything on the table. It has to surprise us, right?
I mean, it doesn't have to.
Right. Oh, Pokemon Unite's what I'm thinking of, not Pokemon Masters. Pokemon Masters is the mobile game. Unite's the MOBA. But, like, still, like, they're out of stuff. So, yeah, But yeah, we'll see tomorrow morning. And by we'll see, I mean I'll see it on Twitter like 5 hours afterwards, because I'll be asleep.
I mean, probably the same.
Yeah. But any other thoughts?
No.
All right, then that is the news for the week. So releases, there aren't that many. So on the 28th, we have Datus for the Game Boy in the year after for the Game Boy Color. And Sir, You Are Being Haunted Reinvited Edition for the Switch.
That's Haunted.
Oh, damn it! That makes it less interesting. So, Sir, You Are Being Hunted Reinvented Edition. Damn it, I was hoping it was Sir, You Are Being Haunted. That sounds like a more interesting game.
True.
On the 1st of March, Shadow Warrior 3 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. On the 2nd, a musical story for PlayStation 4 and 5. What do we got on the...
Just dodge anything for the Switch and or mobile.
What was there talk about on the Switch, unfortunately, at the moment? 35mm for Xbox One and Switch.
I mean, that was poking fun. There wasn't really nothing major there. It's just, I found it immensely funny that you skipped over.
On the 3rd, Babylon's Fall for PlayStation 4 and 5. That's finally out. Yay. On the 4th, Gran Turismo 7 for PlayStation 4 and 5. Triangle Strategy for Switch will finally come out. On the 5th, Street Cats Race for Switch. On the 8th, Dead by Daylight Sudoku Rising for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Stadia. I didn't know Dead by Daylight was on Stadia. On the 9th, Will You Snail for the Switch. On the 10th, .hack GU Last Recode for Switch. Assassin's Creed Valhalla Dawn of Ragnarok for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, and 5. Chocobo GP for Switch. Move or Die Unleashed for Switch. RPG Time, The Legend of Wright for Xbox One and Series X. Workshop Simulator for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. And on the 11th, Hotel Transylvania Scary Tales Adventure for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. And WWE 2K22 for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, and 5. I can't wait for that roster to be out of date. I have not even bothered to see what the 2K22 roster is.
It'd be immensely funny if it was already out, right?
I'm pretty sure it is, because there's one thing that just happened. Let's see here. Yep, Cesaro's not working at the company anymore. He just left. Nobody else is standing out at the moment that's currently released. At least not that it's immediately catching my eye. But yeah, Cesaro, his contract just ran up and he did not re-sign. He's just like, "Well, I'm done, goodbye." So, yeah. But that does it for releases, folks. So quick draws. I finally got off my butt and did 2 custom things that I've been sitting on for a while. Especially one of these. I finally got my Shine System effect part done. After I had to redesign the holder for all the crystals, because yeah, I figured out a better way of doing it. And actually turned out pretty good. I might extend the bars out another like 5mm or 5 or 10mm just to get them out a little bit better, but not too bad.
Yeah, that would be the only thing I could see is maybe a little bit farther out.
Yeah. I also need to redo or readjust like the pegs and holes because they're a little bit of a pain to peg back on, or peg on at the moment, so I'd have to adjust that, but otherwise, turned out well. And I repainted Revi Kuga, or Revi Lion, into Kuga colors.
Which makes it better in my opinion.
Yep, I even did a lot of the spikier bits in gold on the shoulders and the arm. It's a little hard to see the shoulder ones, but you can see the arm one. Should have took a second picture. But it's a little messy because I'm not the steadiest to hand, but yeah. Oh, I also did the lion on the chest in gold. Because
it's one of those that I uber feel like they should have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look a little better?
I honestly feel like that at least the animal on the chest should be picked out in a different color than the chest itself to make it pop. Like, that feels weird that that's on the chest, but it blends in so easily because it's the same color as the rest of the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know why this is picked out and not picked out in a different color.
It's one of those I feel like the suit design at times could have used a little more work. Just in general. But I kind of get why they settled where they did too. I do kind of like the way that you did the custom though. Mm-hmm. That would have been what I would have expected.
Yeah. But I've got 3 more currently, because I have the Fies one, because I'm getting the bike, so I might as well paint up the Fies one. I've got the Deno one, and I have the double one. I have all the paints for it, I just need to sit down and paint them. The only bad thing is, the double one, the green probably won't come out right, because the green I got is not as light of a green as I thought it was to be. It's actually kind of a darker green. So it probably won't be super accurate to doubles colors. So it won't be the best, it'll be as close as I can get, unfortunately. But that'll be the last one I do because I'm just going in order. And depending on when the rest of Revi stuff comes in, I get to add, I think, Gaim and Xaid to the docket on that one. So Gaim, I have to get me an orange, because I do not have an orange marker on me. I was trying to find the list so I can actually see. Yeah, Gaim, Xaid, and I think Forze. Yeah, Gaim, Xaid, in Forze on the list as well, which is all of them, because I'm not doing Decade and I'm not doing Geo, because I could give a shit about both of those. So no. Yeah, that has been my what I've done early in the mornings before I go to sleep. But sleep schedule's screwed. I'm like, well, turn on light, let's get the painting, let's get productive at least. Yeah, that was mine. You do not have one, correct?
Correct.
Alright then. I guess I'll mention this as well. The Runaway Guys are doing their charity marathon for direct relief this weekend. It started today. They are currently at $66,000 raised. Chaos Fortune Cookie, I think, is within the hour. Let me check. And now I won't find the schedule. Joy. Thank you. Yes. At midnight, which is less than 20 minutes, there will be Chaos Fortune Cookie, so oh boy. I'll probably be throwing a donation for a writer game in there for that, just to see if it will happen. It did not happen last time. I don't expect it to happen this time either. But I will try, damn it. So yeah, if you're listening to us, go over to twitch.tv/ProtonJohn, go check them out, and donate to charity, because it's charity. But for us tomorrow, we are going to continue our look through Kuga. Wednesday will be us continuing Metroid Prime 3. And Thursday will be me continuing Arceus.
2, not 3.
2. What? Yeah, 2. Why did I say 3?
I don't know. I'm not the keeper of your mouth.
Yeah, I know.
Me no clue.
But yeah, Prime 2 Wednesday, me doing Arceus Thursday, and then Saturday is us doing something Rocket League, because we're not doing It Takes Two. Because we finished It Takes Two, finally. Yeah, that will do it for us, folks. So if you like what you've seen, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Chipping away at that affiliate goal. At TGSoon on Twitter, because updates when we go live. Exclamation point Discord and chat. Get your Discord link. Drop by. Say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.